Hello, my name's Peter Katrubis. I'm Executive Vice President of Customer Success for SMACT Works. We're an Oracle Cloud partner and we're specialized in system integration for Oracle technologies. Mayer Brown is a global white shoe law firm founded in Chicago, Illinois, and it has offices in 27 cities throughout the Americas, Asia, Europe, and Middle East. Its largest office is in Chicago, Washington, D.C., New York, Hong Kong, and London. Please share a little bit about yourselves and your role at Mayer Brown.
I'm Sadhana Swan, Global Director of HRIS and Payroll. I've been here at the firm for about 5.5 years. My background is HRIS, both as a consultant and in roles similar to the one that I have now. I'm responsible basically for all of our HR applications across the globe and also responsible for payroll, which is a different environment. PeopleSoft is our global HCM platform, but we have many payroll providers around the world. So that also falls under my watch as well.
My name is Ann Pisner. I'm here in Chicago. I have been with Mayer Brown now for a little over 2 years. I've been a PeopleSoft practitioner for a little over 20. I do have experience in other HR technologies and our customers and other support teams.
At the time before your upgrade to PeopleSoft HCM 9.2, what were the business challenges that Mayer Brown faced that led to the decision to upgrade the system?
The system was implemented not really globally about 15 years ago, and it was rolled out jurisdiction by jurisdiction. There was not a global viewpoint really taken during the implementation. Following that implementation, there was no work done on the PeopleSoft platform here, with the exception of tools upgrades for the past 14 years. So when I joined the firm in 2019, I was told my number one priority was this upgrade. And then COVID happened. And so our original timeline was delayed significantly. Unfortunately, because we didn't do anything for a number of years, we got around changes in functionality by doing a lot of unnecessary customizations that were replicating things that PeopleSoft was delivering. But because we weren't applying anything, upgrading, applying any patches, fixes, anything like that, we were significantly behind. So we were on very, very outdated code. And we were left really without the ability to have Oracle support us because we were so far behind. We also made a lot of customizations that really complicated our day-to-day business, things that slowed down processing, inability to report effectively globally because things were really sort of jurisdiction based and as opposed to global, and then you try to get a global report, lots of challenges there.
And I didn't know, did you have any commentary on about the state of the system and what led to the upgrade? I imagine the system was challenging to maintain, where that might have been a bit cumbersome in addition to maybe lacking the functionality.
I think mostly it's like the organization was static and not moving forward because we were unable to effectively use some of the newer functionalities, the newer modules, that components that PeopleSoft has introduced with 9.2 and 9.2 Fluid.
Now, how did you come to find your Oracle system integrator to assist with the 9.2 modernization project?
Previously, we had used a local partner, but we did not feel like they had the depth of resources that would be able to help us because we knew this was going to be a very large lift.
And I think some of it is also just research from, historical relationships of working, with PeopleSoft practitioners for the last decades or so of where are they now, and then just sort of doing cold reach outs. And it was your recommendation to start with SMACT.
And how did SMAC's solution and approach for the upgrade differ from other options that you looked at?
Key for us, and I'll be honest, I've been doing this work for 30 plus years at this point. Everything can look great on paper, but until you meet people and you do rigorous reference checking, I think you can still make a wrong decision. And so we had kind of a short list of vendors, and we ended up doing some pretty deep reference checking, and I think that really sort of tipped the scale for sure in SMAC's favor, because frankly their references were just outstanding on very complex projects.
Now, what were the challenges that you faced with the 9.2 upgrade?
One of our challenges is nobody had done an upgrade here in 14 years. So we were dealing with a lot of resources whose experience, A, was very old with any upgrade, B, had no 9.2 experience, so no experience with pump, no experience with fluid. We knew that we were going to need some pretty robust external consulting for this. Internally, we had a pretty steep learning curve for a lot of people. People didn't like the timeline. People didn't like the fact that they weren't going to get a vote on everything. So we had some real internal challenges. And certainly when you've been working with the same system for 14 years and you have not seen what is available or understand what's available in the newer version, it was really quite challenging for us.
I do recall you saying that a number of the people who had been part of the initial implementation had departed. And so the institutional knowledge around decisions that were made during the initial implementation also posed some challenges, because there were some things done and you didn't know if they were proprietary and required or necessary, or if they needed to be go away to alleviate maintenance issues.
Particularly around things like security, like really poor decisions around security. We had a lot of things that were, I won't even call them customized now. I call them individualized. So, it's really hard to use a system when you're individualizing experience and security.
Now that you're on 9.2, about the business benefits that were realized as a part of that, what are some of the things that come to mind?
The first is honestly the look and feel. I mean, if you just, that is quick and easy of people like the modern look, the easier navigation with tiles. So from just a user experience, that is an automatic, immediate big win. We call it an upgrade. It really was a little bit more of a re-implementation, and we took that opportunity to reconfigure some foundational elements that has now allowed us to position ourselves to scale in the future, but then also get more consistency between our global countries.
Yeah, that's interesting, because you had mentioned during the initial implementation a global viewpoint wasn't necessarily the focus of the implementation. So it sounds like during the upgrade and modernization that you were able to step back, take a global view to implement the system to make it most effective for each location. Now, I think definitely the interface with Fluid has been impressive, and the ability to create a home interface in HR and then pull in external tiles for other systems and present that within one homepage is very powerful. So I can imagine going from 9.1 to 9.2 is significant just for that purpose, let alone the feature functionality and improved integration. Now, Mayor Brown went live with PeopleSoft HCM 9.2 in the fall of 2024, so just recently, and SMACT Works provided post-implementation support. How would you describe our support after the upgrade?
Essential.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a continuation of the support that we'd had through the upgrade. There was no disruption or blip, we went live and we just continued to work.
Now, thinking back, what would you have done differently?
The timeline was really aggressive. My biggest takeaway was if we could have started even a month earlier, that would have helped us. We had to really sort of sprint for 14 months, which was really difficult. The other thing that I would have done differently was potentially hire more backfill for our people, because we got people globally. Some of them have 30 days of PTO to schedule. It's really hard to run a global business when people are taking so much time off. I would definitely want to change sort of the mix on the client side, on our side, as far as having more available resources. The project took 14 months, and during that time we had so many other planned and unplanned projects.
What would you say some of the intangible value that you got from the partnership with SMACT Works would be?
The problem solving, the solutioning, the experience that everyone brought to the table of working through what we were trying to do, and when some of these objectives would be muddled, that type of, here's what we've done previously, this is my experience, you want to do this may not be the greatest pathway. The actual collaboration versus we're just going to do what you ask us to do. The back and forth of working towards the same goal has really made this project successful.
And I would say that's both from the technical as well as the functional resources, the experience and suggestions and collaboration, particularly with myself and Anne and a couple of other of the resources on the functional side were critical to our success on this project.
Great. What would you say about SMACT Works capabilities to someone that was looking for an Oracle partner to help with their upgrade or implementation?
I couldn't be more pleased, and I think that is borne out by the fact that we're continuing our relationship with SMACT, both with some additional support and also with some additional projects that we have coming up. We would really like to continue this partnership into the future. The resources that have been brought to the table, I think, we could not have been happier. They have been really, really collaborative and collegial. Having spent 10 years on the other side of the table, that's really important to me.
The commitment from the beginning, what we found with our reference checks held true in our project is that SMACT is committed for you to meet your go live. So it was 100% behind us from day one. And Sedona said no one let their foot off the gas, and they helped us. You all helped us meet our deadline, which I think is a little unusual at our organization.
This is by far the largest program project that has been done in IT as far as system upgrade, re-implementation, and the fact that we got it done in 14 months and we moved from essentially 15-year-old code is pretty staggering when you think about how many changes happened in those 15 years and how we made it happen in 14 months and had to move a lot of data out of sort of ill-considered customizations to meet delivered functionality.
We really have enjoyed working with you, and you guys are a pleasure, and your commitment to the success of the project was really the key to everything moving forward and happening seamlessly. The amount of personal effort that you and Ann gave to the project was impressive to watch. You're greatly appreciated, and we look forward to continuing our relationship into the future.
We do as well.